So it's bright and early. It's gotta be about 8 a.m. That's the thing about doing the protein, it just resets everything, your chronobiology. And I've been getting up earlier, feeling more industrious, waking up with ideas. You know, a lot of that has to do with like blood flow and amino acid therapy. Like it's never talked about. Orthomolecular nutrition. But you can see, I'm not walking at an unreasonable pace. I also, employ the whole GIT training, gradual intensity training, with respect to the orthomolecular nutrition plan that I'm on right now, where if I really wanted to come off anytime, I would. In fact, I'll stave off exercise. I'll stave off resistance training exercise, but more overcoming momentive forces, moment arm. So it is 5 months exactly to the day, and I'm feeling good. Like I'm on the 15th day of all protein, and it doesn't feel unreasonable. I'm not even going for these long, crazy walks anymore. I'm walking around the neighborhood. Like I've pulled back. Instead of having these grandiose ideas, simplifying everything, like breaking it down into its constituent units or structural components, is invaluable to be able to handle the stress. Like we're given this task of complex thought where there doesn't need to be any. So that's really what this is about. It's not about don't love yourself if you're big, don't accept yourself if you're big. I've proved the contrary. Just go back 5 months and look at my videos. I was strong, didn't work out at all, but it's like you want to get more agile, you want to be able to move freely and to be able to do other things, especially as you're getting older and you've got family and you want to be around for them. Blood flow, orthomolecular nutrition, and other things need to come into consideration. So you do what you can. Get training, gradual intensity training. You do what you can, you pull back to your base, which is the nutrition plan, the diet. And if you really can't do that, you go off it and you cycle through it again. There's absolutely no way you can fail. So sticking with the 3-day cycle is how I recommend doing a carb-controlled nutrition plan or diet. As far as carnivore goes, it makes it extremely easy, but a lot of the studies, a lot of the data that goes way back, as far as like the Atkins diet and things like that, show that the fat disbursement is different than like the athlete who stays on a very lean plan and then carb loads. They're going to have more visceral fat. They're going to have more fat on their lower abdomen. The ketogenic nutrition plan or diet, you're going to have more fat dispersed evenly throughout your entire body. So that's kind of something that I'm contending with now, is that I have very evenly dispersed fat. There's not cumulative fat in any area at this point, even on my chest. It's just slightly higher than the rest of my composition, body fat composition. But now I'm having to burn through that subcutaneous fat. That also works as a benefit because the skin itself is going to stay moist. It's not going to dry up and get wrinkly. So there's a real anti-aging benefit to it also. I feel better as I'm burning through that old fat and getting rid of those toxins. I'm building up the ability just now on this higher stage of adaptation to where I'm going to be incorporating and building up more brown fat by doing what I'm doing now, running, doing cross training, and eventually, long bike rides and things like that. I love that. But even then, I'll take the get training approach. I'll treat the bike ride like a tour. I'll stop whenever I want. Maybe I will have a croissant. If I know my calories in, calories out, it'll be like, yeah, this is a given. This is going to help preserve my muscle mass. It's going to help promote fat oxidation. It's going to give me a little bit of carbohydrates as long as I'm mid-training. So, 50-mile ride, 100-mile ride. Who knows? Maybe more. Maybe not. But you go try to do even this on 0 carbohydrates for over 2 weeks. You can't do it. You have to gradually work your way in. And so otherwise you get all sorts of blood sugar swings, mood swings, and it's just simply not going to work. So this is an available window that once I started to go in and take the bull by the horns, as they say, things started to align. So help was on the way. So it's extremely important not to be pangloss, but to be extremely positive in your motive, in your intentions to get something done. But you have to be able to visualize that, feel it, and it can't be your end-all result. Like, the aesthetic is not the end-all result. It's the practice of your principles in motion. Don't forget that. So we're about 2.5 miles in. What I do to fat burn is I pull back. Most people will start to do intense exercise prematurely before their fat burning bout is there. Their egos can't take the impact, the life affirming and life changing impact that to stay steady state you have to go slower. So right now, being 15 days into carb depletion, total carb depletion, I am oxidizing fat, mobilizing. Down the road, if I want to do like a set of push-ups or jump squats, even crunches, I might, frequent a walk near a park and build that in. But right now, this is plenty. I feel that burn in my chest, my lungs. It's adequate. And I already proved earlier on, about a week ago, that I could maintain a much faster pace for the same distance I did 3 miles. Why do that? It's about distance, it's about time. And a lot of people don't get that, and they need to start getting the experience of doing that so that they can see they don't have to work as hard. So that's what GIT training or gradual intensity training is all about. It's about stepping back, dialing back, as they say, and seeing the actual results. Sure, you're gonna burn off a bunch of water. You're gonna go through your glycogen. You'll wake up the next morning, you'll feel all hard and everything after a HIIT workout. But a week later, are you able to sustain that? A week later, what has it done to your waist size? So that's where I think measurements are extremely important, like taking your waist to hip, your wrist measurement, but more so just keeping those accurate measurements of your body circumferences in those pivotal areas.